Hey traders, I'm Heinz and welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I will be looking at multiple EAs that are available on the MQL5 marketplace. The MQL5 marketplace is one of the largest marketplaces for trading applications with over 10,000 products. However, before we begin, if you find this video helpful, please drop it a like and also subscribe to stay up to date with my future videos. Today we are going to start off with a robot that has been requested multiple times called Dragon Multi-EA. And this program was launched on the 24th of December 2023 and has currently got 52 purchases per month at a price of 580 USD. The robot is built as three expert advisors in one, and the strategy is based on price action trading. The bot doesn't use any dangerous strategies like grid or martingale and is also FIFO compliant. It's recommended to be traded on the Euro USD currency pair in the 30-minute time frame, so we'll be exploring this robot as well as some of the other expert advisors available from Monsoor. The bot currently has 34 reviews with a 4.58 rating, so on the surface of it, it looks to be doing really well. However, in this video, we'll be diving into some of the aspects that I look at before adding an expert advisor to my portfolio. And one of the main things that I like to look at is to take a closer look at the author. And you'll see that he has multiple EAs available for both MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. And the place that I like to get started is with its free expert advisors. The free EAs by the author will often give me an idea of what it would be like to trade one of his paid EAs live in the market. So firstly, we are going to start with Bina EA, which is available for MT4 or MetaTrader 4. So what I've done is I've downloaded the Expert Advisor for my MT4 terminal, and I'll be testing it against the Euro USD on the 30-minute time frame. The dates I'll be using is from the 10th of January 2022 until the 10th of January 2024. So if we take a closer look at the inputs of the expert advisor, and I've already run some optimization to find settings that I like, it is a candle-based robot. It looks at the number of bullish and bearish candlesticks to determine whether to buy or sell. Now, some of the alterations that I've made is change the number of stop loss ratio to take profit ratio. And what we can see over the 24-month period is that it generated 5.8% return in the 24 months, or a total net profit of $592.70. Now, this robot has been available since October 2023, and because of the candle-based strategy and the O2 lot system, it determines how many lots to use in the market. And at the ratio of 1 to 5, it means that it needs to take 5 profitable trades before loss to generate a profit. And during the 24-month testing period, it was able to generate $592.70 or profit factor of 3.89. It gave a very low relative drawdown of 1.61% or $164.90, and it was profitable because it had a high win rate. So the author does have two free expert advisors available, the Bina and Accelerator, as well as two free utilities and an indicator that is available for both MT4 and MT5. So now that we've looked at one of his free expert advisors, let's explore his profile and see exactly what the author is all about. By exploring someone's profile, you get some more information about their ratings and some other info that can be very useful before you decide to purchase an EA. Now, from the stats, we can see that the author has completed 6 jobs and has currently have 16 products available on the marketplace. Out of his 153 reviews, he has a 4.5 star rating. and we'll see that the author has a verified profile, which is the green little tick mark that we see next to his name. On top of that, we'll also see that he's sold over 500 products and has 10 current subscribers. However, if we look at the profile, he doesn't offer any signals. Now, one of the key things that I like to see is that there's a signal available from the same date as when the robot was released. So what we're going to do now is run a quick strategy test on his free paid expert advisors. And the first one that we'll be looking at is the Dragon Multi EA. And the recommended symbol is the Euro USD on the 30-minute time frame. And to keep the comparisons, I'm going to be testing it from the 10th of January 2022 until the 10th of January 2024 using a balance of $1,000. Now, the multi-strategy EA uses multiple different strategies built into one expert advisor. So the first step for me is to use a slow complete optimization. What this does is it tests each of the strategies, and according to their settings, you can leave everything on zero because each of the strategies has its own stop loss and take profit settings. The only thing that I did change is the amount of risk per trade, which I lowered from 3% to 1%. So completing this optimization, we can see the three different strategies and the fourth strategy, which is a combination of all of them. And then we see an astonishing result of over 2.3 million in profit. Now, this is done over 1,997 trades with a very high profit factor of 3.93. Then after this, I ran a single test using that strategy, and this is the graph that it generated. So we went from $1,000 to over 2 million in an only 24-month period. And I want you to draw your own conclusions from your own trading experiences if this is actually possible in the market. It had a very high profit factor of 3.93 and a low drawdown of only 9.35%. It only won 77% of the trades, but it was still able to generate this astonishing return. Now, the question that comes up to me is if it is so profitable in the market, why isn't the author or any other traders publishing a signal? The next expert advisor that he has available is the Candle EA, and I left the testing period and symbol the same, and this EA is based on candlestick pattern. It uses the patterns to determine the underlying trend in the market, and then the main adjustable feature on this one is its professional settings under its risk to reward ratio. Again, the bot determines its own take profit and stop loss level. So the only aspect that I changed is lower the risk percentage to 1%. Then doing another complete optimization, we'll see that risk to reward one was the most profitable, generating $8,970.94 over the 24-month period, placing 325 trades, again with a very high win rate. Now, typically, what we see of these bots that have a set stop loss and take profit is that be more periods of consolidation. The reason is the market isn't always trending, and for this reason, I'm very skeptical of the high profit that it's able to generate. We see a very high profitability of 86.46% with a very low drawdown of under 5%. This gave us a profit factor of 5.74. Now, the Candle EA is currently his most expensive expert advisor at $830 at the time of recording. And this robot has been available since the 4th of October 2023, so I expect there to be a signal that's been running since October 2023. The last one that we'll be looking at is the Sharp EA. Now, the Sharp EA is his least expensive robot at only $420, and I used exactly the same testing parameters from the 10th of January 2022 until the 10th of January 2024. For this one, I didn't need to do any optimization because most of the settings are set out quite simply. The only thing that I did change is I decreased the risk from 3% to 1%. This is so that we have a good comparison between the three different robots that he has available in the market. And this one again did really, really well, generating a very healthy profit of $704.08, or in other words, a 70% return in 24 months. Again, we don't see a lot of losses, as out of the 274 trades, the bot was able to win 96.35%, which gave it a very low equity drawdown of only 2.16% and an extremely high profit factor of 7.97. Now, this brings me to the following conclusion. If the bots have been performing so well, and I do expect that the author should have had real money signals if he believes in his own product, and after finding his MyFX book account, you'll see that none of the signals have actually been running since the release of the products. Remember that the EA that was released first is the Candle EA, and it's already been available since the start of October. However, if we look at these different graphs and the different results, we expect them to be long running. However, none of them are. Additionally, all of these accounts are demo accounts, showing me that the author doesn't have the faith in his own product. This for me is a red flag, as I want to see the author also back his own products. So let me know down in the comments below what you think about the different expert advisors published by this author. Do you believe these results can actually be replicated in the real market on a real account? And if enough of you comment down below, I will rent the EA for a few months and then we'll test it live for ourselves. So with that, guys, I want to say thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please drop it a quick like. And thanks for joining me until the end. Happy trading. Bye.